All right. Happy greetings, everyone. One moment. And all right. So, happy greetings. I am Crystal Forman. I'm the owner and educator of Holistic Wellness and Health, where we make healthy living easy, nutritious, delicious, and fun, with a focus on plant-based foods and meditation to help you live a healthier, compassionate, and more vibrant life. Today, we are going to use produce from our produce boxes from the Plantation Park Heights Urban Farm in West Baltimore City. And we are going to make shredded zucchini salad, vegan blueberry muffins, as well as almond butter dressing and Colcannon. So we're going to get started with our muffins. I already have the oven preheating to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to come right over here. Move some of this off the way. I have a lot going on today. So I have in my bowl here 2 cups of all-purpose flour. So I'm just going to throw that in here into our bowl. This will be our dry ingredients bowl. We'll add in 1 cup of granulated sugar. And 1/4 teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. You can also use really any salt that you want. Kosher salt, sea salt will work as well. I'm gonna add in my cornstarch. So I have a tablespoon of cornstarch. You can find organic, that's awesome. If not, that's fine. 1 tablespoon. And 1 teaspoon, or I'm sorry, 2 teaspoons of baking powder. We're going to just add, if you can find baking powder that does not have aluminum in it, that's what you want to use. So 2 teaspoons. And this is what's going to help it kind of rise and get fluffy. So definitely want to make sure you're adding your baking powder in. Okay. And we're just going to whisk this together. Just whisking our dry ingredients. So if you're watching this live, say hello, let me know you're watching this. And if you're watching this as a replay, let me know that as well. Say happy Friday, and let me know you're here. So we are broadcasting on the Black Vegetarian Society of Maryland's page, Facebook page, as well as the Facebook page for Holistic Wellness and Health, and the Facebook page for, I'm sorry, the YouTube channel for Holistic Wellness. So we have our dry ingredients mixed here. We're going to mix our wet ingredients now. So our oven has just finished preheating. Right. So my tea milk. This is 1 1/4 cup of soy milk. Into our soy milk, we're going to add some apple cider vinegar. Yes.
Marla and Ernestine both say hi.
Hello. Thanks for watching. Saying hello. Appreciate it. It's good to see you all. Haven't seen Ernestine in a little bit, so it's good to hear from you. I'm going to do 1 teaspoon of our apple cider vinegar. I'm using raw. I'm using raw apple cider vinegar. My gimbal's acting up. You want to just take it off?
I think I can use it without.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm putting 1 teaspoon. And I'm going to whisk this together. And the goal for this is basically I'm making vegan buttermilk. So just let this whisk, and it's going to curdle just a little bit, not too much. You'll see it kind of thin up just a little bit. So that's our wet ingredients. To our dry ingredients, we're going to add our wet. So for those who are just joining, put in 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Going to just put a little hole here in the center and add my wet ingredients. So this is our milk and apple cider vinegar. And I'm going to add in 1/3 cup of canola oil or any neutral oil that you have. Mix that all in. And I'm going to add in a teaspoon of my vanilla extract. You want to make lemon blueberry muffins, you can use lemon extract instead. I'm just using milk today.
Do you think coconut milk would work well in this?
Yeah, you can use any plant-based milk you want. I find that when I am trying to make like a buttermilk, soy milk works really well, but I've done it with almond milk and that works too. Coconut milk will give it a nice flavor, so you can really use any of those things. I'm just going to mix all of this together. So it's well blended. We don't want it super smooth. It's okay for there to be some lumps in here. And just make sure it's nice and well mixed here. And then we're going to add in 1.5 cups. What?
Marla's saying that the video quality is blurry.
Okay. And I did see it kind of froze up over there too. I'm looking at the computer. Give me 1 moment. Thanks for letting us know. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna take this off the gimbal.
So let's just try to wipe that off real quick.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm just gonna wipe the camera. Hopefully that makes a difference here. A little bit. I think y'all can still see a little better now. Let me know if it's okay. Yeah. So we have everything mixed. I'm going to put in 1.5 cups of our fresh blueberries that came in our box, our produce box.
Oh, nice. And which produce box was this?
This is the Plantation Park Heights from the Common Market.
Getting fancy on us.
So 1.5 cups of our blueberries, and you could just leave some left over to put on top of the blueberries, like after we get it in our muffin. So just mix all this in again, fold it in.
I'm just curious, Marla, does the video quality look any better now? Okay.
Or can anyone let us know if you all are having any trouble seeing anything, or if the quality is not too great, please let us know. I have our muffin tins here.
Nice.
And I'm just going to fill them about 2/3 of the way because they're going to rise. So you can use the measuring cup, and actually I think I'll do this time.
It says you kind of freeze sometimes. Marla saying you freeze sometimes. It's interesting. So on the camera, it looks good.
But the computer's freezing.
No, I'm not seeing it freeze on the computer. Okay, sorry.
Filling these up. These will bake for about 20 to 25 minutes.
Oh.
Froze
It froze,
again.
yeah.
So guys, what I'll do is I'll probably do, it won't be anytime soon though, another one, but you all are getting the gist of what I'm doing. So we're going to do make our Colcannon right after we get these in the oven. So if the recipes are actually on the website. You can go to holistic-wellnessandhealth.com after this broadcast is over and go to /blog, and you'll see the recipes for the Colcannon as well as our blueberry muffins. And the dressing, our almond dressing, will be up there soon. Let's make a nice batch. You could also make this into a loaf if you wanted to, but I think this is great. You can substitute fresh blueberries with frozen blueberries. If you're using frozen blueberries and you don't want the color to bleed into the batter, then just add a little flour to your blueberries, like your frozen blueberries, just like coat it in little flour and then mix it in. But if you don't care because you just want it to taste good, don't worry about that. Just throw your frozen blueberries in there, the exact same amount, 1.5 cups. All right. Does anyone have any questions about anything? Yeah, if you want, you can substitute the oil if you want to make this oil free. You can use applesauce. So that's an option. So there we go. We'll put this in the oven. Cool thing about using making vegan baked goods is that you can actually taste the batter. So I'm not going to do that right now, but you can taste it and just kind of make sure it's how you want it to be, like flavor-wise. Yes.
Oh, Tavon Sanders says, Happy New Friday.
Happy New Friday, Tavon. Happy New Month to everyone. Yeah, so we're going to actually come over to the kitchen and make our Colcannon. Right. So in our large pot, we've already boiled our white potatoes. I'm actually going to turn that on.
Oops, sorry.
And
well, there's another light switch on underneath, I think, for that. But it's okay. Okay, I apologize.
All right. So we're making our Colcannon, and it's basically an Irish mashed potato dish. So I've already boiled our potatoes. I cooked them for about 35 minutes whole, and then once you let them cool down a little bit, you can just remove the skin. So this is one way to avoid having to use a potato peeler or a vegetable peeler to take the skin off. It comes off pretty easily, just using your thumb to kind of glide it off. So I find this is faster and easier than actually peeling. So one more yes.
And Marla Arrington asks, I missed the beginning. Did you use a sweetener?
For the blueberry muffins, I used sugar. Yeah, so if you don't want to use white sugar, you can substitute with coconut sugar. And if you want to use coconut milk and just give it a whole another flavor, blueberry coconut muffins, you can totally do that. Delicious. Yeah. And you can lower the amount of sugar. Call for a cup of sugar. But if you don't want to use as much, you can lower the amount. And you can even use agave in this if you want to lower the glycemic index for it. So I'm just going to put this up. Now we can fold here. Off the fingers real quick.
Do you know of any other natural sweeteners that have a low glycemic index?
Yeah, monk fruit. Make sure it's real monk fruit and not like artificial monk fruit that just put some monk fruit extract. Some monk fruit, coconut, sugar, date sugar. Date sugar is a little on the sweet side, but it's not as some raised blood sugars has some other sweeteners. So that's something that you can use. You can also make your own date syrup pretty easily. Yeah. So let's get this going. Some plant-based butter here. So this dish traditionally is made with a lot of butter and a lot of cream and or milk. So I'll put a little butter in our frying pan here. Okay, while that is going, we have our spring onion that started to get nicely full. This is from our produce box as well.
That's a spring onion?
Yes.
Wow.
It's a more mature spring onion. So it's like a teenager.
Wow.
So it's not a baby, like spring onion, but it's not a full, like what you see as a full. You usually see bulbs in the store.
So Sarah Matthews asks, dairy-free butter.
Yes, dairy-free, completely dairy-free butter. This one's made with olive oil.
Oh, maybe she's asking which dairy-free butter we're using.
Oh, this is Country Crock. Yeah, I like their flavor, and it's less expensive. A lot of times you can find it on sale as well. Anything? Yeah, I love Miyoko's. It is a little more expensive, and it is nut-based, so for people who are concerned about nuts, you might not use that. So I just need the equivalent of about 3 green onions, or about half a cup. A little more. See, this is a very traditional Irish dish. There are a lot of different Irish dishes that use potatoes because it's a staple, just like in some cultures, rice is a staple, or quinoa is a staple. In Europe, especially that part of Europe, potatoes were a staple. So I'm gonna cook the bottom and add my green onions / scallions in here, also known as spring onion. And I'm going to take the skin off of our garlic. So I'm just gonna put 2 cloves of garlic in here and just I'm gonna mince. Next, I'm gonna thinly slice it. Some recipes call for garlic, some don't. I like garlic. Most actually don't call for it, but I like garlic, so I'm putting it in. But if you're making it for yourself, you can add as much of whatever you want. Just like when you're making mashed potatoes, some people like to add a lot of butter, and other people prefer to add more spices. Taking this off. All right. And we're going to just thinly slice this and add it in the pan with our onions. And let me just stir up our onions. I'm going to put a whole lot of butter in the pan. One more. So yeah, this recipe has been around for a long time. Sometimes you'll hear about a recipe called Champ. Champ, but it's like champion, champ. And that is basically, like, this is a base for Colcannon, and then Colcannon adds greens. So Champ is basically just adding the onions and sauteing it up and mashing it with potatoes. So we have our onions in here. Some people will use leeks instead. But it's kind of cool that I can use several of the ingredients from the produce box. So the onions, the potatoes, our cabbage. So I'm putting in a cup of cabbage here, thinly sliced. And I'm going to put in a cup of kale. So this is curly kale. I like to turn it upside down. Take the stem off. I'm going to grab our kale and just thinly chop that up as well. So the thinner and smaller the pieces, they'll make it easier, like it'll cook faster, and it'll mash better too. A little more than a cup. That in here. And just let this kind of wilt down a little bit.
And what do you like to do with the stems? Those.
I like to juice them or add them into my smoothies. I'll roast them. I'll saute them up as well. Sometimes I'll use it for soup stock. So if I do that, I usually will like boil it with a lot of other veggie scraps, and then pour off the liquid and take the bulk, like that fiber part, and put it in my compost.
Wow, so you're really getting a lot of use out of the kale.
You get all the vitamins. There's a lot of vitamins and nutrients in this stuff. Like, we don't want to throw this away. So, yes. So we have all of that in. Now we're going to add some plant-based. This is macadamia creamer. It's on sale, so I got it because sometimes it's a little more expensive. But you can use whatever type of vegan creamer you want, or you can use plant-based milk. So almond milk will work for this. But I want to get as traditional as possible. So traditionally, they would use heavy cream or half and half. So this is closer to half and half. And I am adding in 1.5 cups.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm really curious about the flavor of that macadamia creamer. I'd think that it'd be really nice and thick. Yeah.
It'll cook down some too. Let this cook. So I'm going to turn on my back burner, which is really just a summer burner, and let the potatoes heat up just a little bit. We're going to add 6 tablespoons of butter, of our vegan plant-based butter here. Okay. I'm going to add some salt and pepper so you can just focus on this one. I'm going to add in about less than 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm going to add in about a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt.
That cream seems like it might be a good base for Alfredo sauce.
Yeah, I think so too. This is actually my first time buying it, so we'll see what happens. I saw it on sale, and it's like, ooh, some of this stuff is usually pretty expensive. So I would have probably gotten almond milk or soy milk creamer.
And that was at Mom's?
That was at Mom's, my organic market, which is pretty much an East Coast market, small chain. So I'm going to add in all of this butter. Just a lot of butter. If you don't want to use this much butter, you don't have to. I'm using 2.5 pounds of potatoes. Definitely don't have to use as much. And if you don't have vegan butter, you can use olive oil as a substitute. It's not quite as traditional, but it will still taste delicious. So, yeah, I was just trying to get as authentic as possible. So we're gonna just take our potato masher or fork and just mash our potatoes in with our butter.
If you were to use coconut oil, which coconut oil would you recommend using?
I would use refined coconut oil, because refined has had the scent of the coconut removed. So it's basically been processed, filtered a few times, removed some of that coconutty flavor and smell. So there are some recipes that you don't really want that. So this might be one of them. So yeah, you would use refined. Now, if you want a little coconut in there and totally change up the flavor, you can do that too. Yeah, so this is cooking up really nicely. I'm just gonna let the greens cook just a few more minutes so they get nice and tender. They'll still be bright green. They're not gonna cook too long, about 5 minutes. And while that is going,
where did you say the potatoes came from?
The potatoes, the kale, the cabbage, and the onions all came from our produce box. So today I am truly using every single ingredient that was in the box. We had 10 different items. Let's see if I can remember everything I had. So potatoes, kale, cabbage, onions, blueberries, zucchini, yellow squash, lettuce, missing a couple of things. It'll come to me. Yeah.
And where did you get the produce box again?
3811 Park Heights Avenue in West Baltimore City, community of Park Heights, at the Plantation Park Heights Urban Farm, where they are doing agri-food Baltimore. So cleaner, greener foods, and making sure our community has nice, healthy produce for our seniors as well as our kids. There's a lot of youth out there working and making sure that they're growing food. They're making sure that our community has nice, healthy, delicious produce that's affordable or free. You can definitely go to the Plantation Park Heights Farmers Market. Tomorrow we have the Farmers Market. I believe it's from 5 to 9 or 4 to 9 p.m. But check out their website. Their Facebook page will let you know. And they also go to Druid Hill Park on Wednesdays, Hopkins on Thursdays.
Wow.
And they do take SNAP, EBT. So they do the Double Dollars program where you can get $10 worth of produce for $5. So make sure you let your family friends know that they can afford and buy, healthy produce at an awesome price. You're also supporting the local economy. You're supporting local farmers, and you're supporting young urban farmers as well. These are young people out there every day growing our food, harvesting it, doing all the things to make sure the community is beautified and healthy as well. So we're going to add our greens. So traditionally, this dish is made with cabbage and or kale. I put them both in. So you can do that as well. Sometimes you'll see it with, you can really use any green you want. So you could use this chard in here. You can use a lot of different greens. Put that all in. And if you need to add more salt and pepper, you can. So traditionally, after you've mashed this all together again, you add more butter onto it after you get it in your bowl. So this is a very traditional St. Patrick's Day dish, but you can eat it all year long. This is just a great way to use up the potatoes. We usually get potatoes every single week. If not white potatoes, then sweet potatoes in the boxes. So this is just a different way. I was trying to find something different. And so the funny thing, I was looking, I was like, all right, I came up with different recipes than what I'm doing today. And I think I realized I wasn't using the potatoes or the kale. So I was like, well, let me see if I can find a recipe using that. And this came up. So yeah, we'll see. This is actually an experiment for me. Yes. But it looks and smells good. And I love mashed potatoes. And I love kale. And love cabbage. So why not put it all together? So this is our finished dish. We will serve this in a bowl and add more butter to it. So that's how it would be traditional. I don't think it needs anything else. Maybe a little more pepper, and that's it. So that's this. Our muffins are almost done. Delicious.
Oh yeah.
And while our muffins finish cooking, I think they have about another 5 minutes or so, 5 to 10 minutes. While that is cooking, we'll come back over this way. And we are going to make our almond butter dressing. So, and I'm going to use this. Give me one moment to mix this out real quick. We can focus on. I already have the zucchini shredded. So I'm using the black pea with 2 zucchinis. I'm actually going to use 4. Does anyone have any questions about Colcannon?
I'm not getting any questions yet. I'm not getting any questions yet about it.
All right. So we have half cup of almond butter, the smooth almond butter. You can make your own, purchase in bulk. From some stores, they'll have like a machine where you can just like grind it out fresh, or you can just buy it in a container, which is what I did. So we have half a cup of our almond butter. Roll this out. You can also use cashew butter. And if you wanted to, you could use peanut butter. That would give it a different flavor. Get all the goodness out of here. So to that, we're going to add 1/4 cup of lime juice. 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Which I usually get my rice vinegar from the Asian store. Or really any of the ethnic stores, I usually get a better price. And we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of agave, or you can use maple syrup. If you want to, you can add a little sriracha or hot sauce if you want to make it spicy, but I am not going to do that today. And I'm going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of my ground ginger. I like to get the big sizes of my spices. It's a lot less expensive than buying small containers.
And what is this dish called again that you're making?
I'm making almond butter dressing to go with our salad. So we have the box. Oh, that's what I forgot to tell y'all. So I was naming all of the ingredients that were in there. I did not name the lettuce, and I did not name the broccoli. So we had lettuce, broccoli, onions, yellow squash, zucchini, and cucumbers. This basil is actually from a different farm. I believe it's the Greener Garden. Yes. Yeah. And then also the kale and cabbage. I'm going to add in.
Sarah Matthews says yummy.
It is yummy. So I'm going to just bring my salt and pepper over. And we're going to add in about 1/2 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm sorry. That was like a tiny, tiny pinch of salt. We don't need salt. I do need black pepper. 1/2 tablespoon of ground black pepper. And then the reason why I'm not using the salt is because I'm using soy sauce. So you can use soy sauce, tamari, or Bragg's liquid amino acids. And I'm adding in 2 tablespoons. So in here I have my 1/2 cup of almond butter, 1/4 cup of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 2 teaspoons of agave, and some ground ginger and black pepper. If you need to, you can add some water to this to thin it out, but we'll see like anywhere from 2 to 4 tablespoons of water. You might not need it though. Just gonna whisk it. It depends on how thick you like your dressing. And you can put this on really any type of salad that you want. You can add it to your quinoa, and it's really good quinoa salad. Yeah.
Sarah Matthews says, I made my tricolor salad this week. It was delicious, just as you instructed last Friday.
Awesome. Yeah. This is a great time of year to just eat a lot of fresh produce raw. Like you don't have to cook, you don't have to turn the stove on. It's just a good way to get a lot of extra vitamins and nutrients in naturally. Yeah. So, yeah. So our dressing is done. This will go on our tossed salad, which I will probably not make on camera because I just did it last Friday. But basically, I'm going to just use all of these ingredients and put it in my salad. So y'all don't need to watch that part unless you all want to. I might keep the camera rolling. But this is we're going to make our shredded zucchini with our lemon vinaigrette. So here I have 1/4 cup of lemon juice. And to that, I'm going to add in 1/4 cup of olive oil. I'm going to add in a teaspoon of pink Himalayan salt. So you all who have known me for a while know I love the pink Himalayan salt. There's 84 minerals in it. doesn't raise the blood pressure quite as fast as some other salts out there.
Do you notice a difference in the taste between pink Himalayan salt and conventional iodinized salt?
1000%, yes. There's a huge difference in the flavor. So if you do a taste test, iodinized salt has kind of a metal, like you could taste the iodine in it if you actually taste it by itself. This is 1/8 teaspoon of black pepper. So iodinized salt is basically salt that they've mined, then they filtered, they bleached it, they put like chemicals to do whatever they want to do to it, and it only has two minerals versus 84 minerals. Our body is actually made of 84 minerals, so it's cool. We only need like trace amounts of the minerals, but our bodies actually do need them. And so this is just a better way to get it. If you're going to use salt, if you don't use salt, that's fine too. But if you're going to use salt, it's better to use sea salt. So you usually have anywhere from 20 to like 50, 60 different minerals, depending on what type of sea salt you get. But iodinized salt, the only benefit to iodinized salt is that it does have iodine in it, and then there are certain regions of the country where they were having issues with the iodine deficiency, which is why they added iodine to our salts in the first place. So there was a public health reason for it. And it was only in a small part, like one particular state in the whole country. You can get iodine from seaweed and a lot of other things. We do need iodine. Iodine is important for our thyroid to function well. But yeah, I feel like pink salt just has a superior taste. It's cleaner. You don't have that weird aftertaste. It's my favorite. So super easy. Lemon vinaigrette is truly just lemon juice, olive oil, salt, and pepper. To that, we're going to add, I have some basil. So I took some leaves off. I'm going to finely chop it. You can chiffon it too, but I just want to finely chop this up. And you could mix this in with your dressing if you wanted to, but I'm actually going to mix it right in with our shredded zucchini. I'm going to show you all the difference between zucchini and cucumbers in a moment too. And this just adds like a nice fresh spring flavor to it, and cooling summer flavors. So we're going to just add all this into our bowl. Smells awesome. Yes, I love fresh basil. And we're going to add our dressing right in. I'm just going to mix it all together. So I did shred this without draining it. Some people will drain their zucchini. I want those liquids in there because if I'm draining out the liquid, I'm also draining out some of the nutrients and the vitamins. And quite frankly, we need the water too. It's summer. So we need, I don't want to drain all those great minerals out. This is my preference. But if you want to drain it, some people will salt it, like shred it, salt it, and it's sit for half an hour and then just squeeze all of the liquid out. Not my style. Keep it all in if you can. So this is a cucumber. This is zucchini. Zucchini has this little knob here where it came off of our flower. So you can actually eat the zucchini flowers as well. Sometimes you'll see them at the farmer's market for sale. And I just cut off the end and just took my Dollar Tree shredder and shredded it up. You can also use the food processor and set that on the shred setting, and make sure the shred blade is in and just shred it up as well. You can also do zucchini noodles and just make the same dressing. So if you have like one of those spiralizer or zucchini noodle maker thingy, you can do that as well. So that is that. Let's go check on our delicious muffins. They smell good. I'm gonna leave them just a few more minutes, but I want you all to see that they are starting to Get a little gold in here. Look at all that beautiful blueberryness. Yum, yum, yum. Yeah. So I'm just going to go just a few more minutes. So if y'all want to hang out with me so y'all can see the final results of our blueberry muffins, you can do that while I make some salad. So this can be used with shredded zucchini salad. You can put on top of your bed of lettuce, just like we did last week with our beet salad. So last week we made shredded beet salad. So check that recipe out as well as on the YouTube channel. Yeah, so this is done. This dressing that we made is going to go with our salad. And this is the lettuce. So it came with one bunch of lettuce, but I'm going to do two because I believe my niece and nephew might show up. So if they do, I just want to make sure I have enough food for everyone. And this has the bottom still on it. So this was hydroponically grown. We had some roots here. I did remove that and washed it. I'm just going to remove the rest of this root system. Maybe that can go into my soup stock. Lettuce there.
Do people grow using that root system? Like if you were to cut that off and plant it?
It's hard to get the grow flow, but it can sometimes work. You can put it in water and it'll start regrowing just like scallions and other things, but it has a short lifespan. You really, like, you have to add nutrients to the water, which is basically what they do for hydroponics. But you can at least get some more growth out of it. So I say use it all up. There's still some memory cells in here that will still let the plant regrow if you leave enough of it. And you can use it. So this is our lettuce. I'm just going to actually move this here. And grab my cutting board. So does anyone have any questions about anything? Comments? We need to grab another bowl, but I'm not going to do that right now. So this is broccoli. So it has the leaves on it. We're going to leave that on. We want to eat that too. This is our stem part. We're going to just take off part of that, but we're going to use all of this for our salad. Some people just like to use the flower part, the florets, the top, and not the stem. If you thinly cut the stems, it goes well in salad, and it's not hard to chew on or eat. So definitely use it. Soup stock. Maybe use your hands to break it apart if you want, or cut through. So you can break off each one, but I am going to cut and just use it all. Unless you want to use some of the stems, like you want to make a stir fry, then that's different. Like you want to use it for something different, but this is all going in the salad. Yeah. So basically everything that came in the box is going in the salad except the potatoes, cabbage, and kale. Everything else. And the blueberries. I'm not putting the blueberries in here. I could, but I'm not going to. You can do whatever you want to with it. Yeah. But I will be making, this is summertime, lots of zucchini and squash are available, summer squashes. So I will be making more squash recipes throughout the summer. I have lots of ideas. I was just brainstorming away today with different things. So I'll be experimenting with some stuff as well and just having some fun. And I hope you all will join me. We will continue our Monday lives at 5. We are taking a summer break from our Monday live at 5. So I've been going live pretty much every single Monday since March 2020. So this will be like the first Monday, and I won't be doing it. Let's see if I can keep not doing it, because I said I wasn't going to go live on Christmas, and I did. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, I should take a break. So I'm going to check on our methods one more time. Yeah. I'm just basically chopping up all our veggies for our salad, and we're going to use our almond dressing for the almond dressing we just made for our salad. Yeah, so we just check on our, oh yay, the beautiful. I don't think nearly as much as I should. This might be a good thing. My hips don't need all this. But hopefully my niece and nephew will come over so they can enjoy it as well. So today we made Colcannon, which is an Irish dish made with white potatoes, cabbage, and kale, with lots of vegan butter, a beautiful vegan blueberry muffins here. The are flowing, like look at all that blueberry just popping on out. And we have our zucchini, shredded zucchini salad. And I did not add any sweetener to it, but if you wanted to, you could. And we have our almond butter dressing. So does anyone have any questions, comments about anything?
Sarah Matthews says self-care is important to success, Crystal.
It is very important. And camera guy, please watch your videos because it's very close to the camera. Thank you. All right. So, yes, I believe in self-care, preaching self-care, and doing self-care myself, because getting burned out is not fun, and it is preventable. And so I want to be an example and allow myself to get to that point. And I'm very in tune with myself, and so it's very important for me to pay attention. I have a lot of other things going on, and I saw my schedule for the summer. And in the spring, I took a nice break because I saw what was coming up. And then I'm going to plan some more mini breaks as well, because self-care, meditation, being out in nature, all of that is very important to self-care. It's not just about getting massages that have a nice baths, which are awesome too. But yeah, just taking that break and being in tune and knowing when you need to take a break and not waiting until you are actually burned out to do so. So yeah, take care of yourself. So thank you for bringing that up, Ms. Matthews. Yes, so I'm going to feed my family in a few minutes, but if anyone has any questions, you can definitely put it in the comment section. If you're watching this as a replay, make sure you tag me so that I actually see the comments. Tag my name or tag at Holistic Wellness and Health, so that will get a notification, and then I can actually respond. So thank you so much. Peace, love, and blessings, everyone. Have a beautiful weekend. Stay safe, and I will see you all next week. Peace, love, and blessings.